Good morning and welcome. The procession is about to begin. If you are able, please stand for the procession and remain standing until directed to take your seat.
our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, elder-in-residence, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Matthew Pernius. I'm the Provost of Athabasca University, and I am so honored to be the host for the 2024 Convocation ceremony. It's so exciting to be here in person in our home community of Athabasca, and together too with those of you who are joining us on the live stream from afar. Welcome. At this time, I would like to invite Chantel Groening, AUSU President and Student Representative on the Board of Governors, to provide a land acknowledgement.
Today's celebration takes place here in the beautiful Athabasca region, Treaty 6 and Treaty 8 territory, and the homelands of the Métis. We honor all who have lived, traveled, and gathered on these lands for thousands of years before us. We welcome those who have traveled far and wide to this place where the rivers bend, the hills whisper, and the reeds grow here and there. We respectfully acknowledge that we live and work on the traditional lands of the Indigenous peoples of Canada, and we honor the ancestry, heritage, and gifts of the Indigenous people and give thanks to them. In expressing this, we must recognize our shared responsibility to further understanding and reconciliation with the Indigenous people of Canada. Reciprocity is the word used to convey harmony and balance in the exchange of knowledge, ideas, services, and support between people, the land, and our relations all around us. It connects us all. As a university, we have an obligation and a great opportunity to learn from and work alongside Indigenous people, nations, and communities in our reconciliation journey. We promise to respect, embrace Indigenous knowledge and ways of knowing, to integrate Indigenous teachings and practice, to support Indigenous learners, and to honor Indigenous experiences and identities.
Thank you, Chantel. Convocation holds a special place in the hearts of everyone at Athabasca University, and especially this year, as we celebrate the return of Convocation to our home community. It's an opportunity for us to gather as a community to honor the educational journeys of our graduates and to celebrate your outstanding accomplishments. To begin our ceremonies today, we would like to welcome Dr. Alex Clark, the president of the university, and Maria Campbell, elder-in-residence, to come forward for an offering and prayer.
On behalf of the Chair and the Board of Governors, I would now like to invite Dr. Maria Campbell, elder-in-residence of Athabasca University's Niskatawin, or meeting place, to say an opening prayer for our convocation ceremonies. Elder Campbell is a wonderful Métis writer, best known for her memoir, Half-Breed, which initiated a rebirth of Indigenous literature in Canada. She received an Honorary Doctor of Laws from Athabasca University in 2001 and was made an Officer of the Order of Canada in 2008. Elder Campbell, thank you for honoring us with your presence here today. And as an offering, I give you tobacco and ribbons. Would you please honor us by opening this ceremony with a prayer?
Nanaskumane petagohtean saimina. Ego kapeutena manuma kakisamoyan kape kakioga kisi tatsikoge. I would like to thank all of you for this honor, and I feel especially honored to be doing it for the Convocation for our students. I'm going to do the prayer in Cree, but I just want to tell you that an acknowledgement to the ancestors of our land and the spirits of this place, and blessings to all of our students and all of our families who have been there for them and supported them. And the prayer is to Creator. I call it the mystery. And for our land, our mother, and for our first grandmother. We all have a first grandmother in whatever language and place that we come from. And also to the grandfathers who guard the four doorways, the four directions, and to our Creator. So in whichever way you speak to that, I ask you to join me in this blessing. Haukiu makati peitsikin iko kenenaskumtan. Matsune pewihia ke pewitsihia. Kamiu asiko mameskanau ka kweusitak. Kamiu muhteitsik taisinim nanakakio. Umaski kaki awihaya kokugaisinwa. Kwetsim nohtawi kawitsihia. So kemuen katakunamak miup matsuan. Miutehewen ka pikskwesta mawa kokchoasim sinawakakio. Hauminan ka awiaski hiko kamionago tsekein. Emioasika kopakitskaman kwetsim nkawitsihia nistanane okwanma retskama kchoasim sinanak ka pikskwesta mawa kok kawupena kok kanip awistama kok. Aminan mosumak kanewa pie kistoamina kenenaskum nawa. Kio kakanwehta mekswa tema nesta we miasika pepihta wekamik. Anohkum nuttago atayohkan. Pewitapnan kio makakanwehta man kahkio. Wiasueuna egua kahkio. Kitse xnamageuna. Anohtawi kenenaskum pektimagimnan pewitsehenan. Kamioasik meskanau kausihtaak. Kamiopaitseka kion taisinimnanak. Muigatskawan kiskiah kawassak. Wioisko makatutamaakok. Hai, merci.
You may be seated. Thank you, Elder Campbell, for opening this celebration so meaningfully, and for the prayer that honors those who came before us and our learners who are celebrating the launch of a new chapter of their lives. It is now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Byron Nelson, the chair of Athabasca University's Board of Governors.
Could have been louder. Next time. Oh, I'm kidding. Okay, that's better. That was better. Thank you very much. It felt like the students on that side showed a lot more appreciation than the students on that side, just so we know. I hope everybody's having a good time. It's a very special time for this university to be back having Convocation in Athabasca. So welcome. Most especially welcome to each and every university graduate to this, our first convocation back in our home community. Even those graduates, congratulations and welcome. And as board chair and speaking on behalf of the Board of Governors, many of whom are down here, graduates, we are so very proud of you. Your graduation has been years in the making, but your efforts and learning will serve you and your communities and your families well, not only in the years ahead, but also in the decades ahead as well. Whether you're on your own or you're here with your family and friends today, to each graduate, we say congratulations on this momentous and outstanding success. What each of you has achieved is truly a major life accomplishment. Now, graduation is a special time for me as board chair and also for each of our board members. After many months of work on behalf of the university in our board roles, we get to see each graduate cross the stage. And they were always smiling, even if sometimes beyond the spring in their steps, they're very tired. But what each of you has achieved today is truly remarkable. Studying while you live and work, bringing up families, holding down jobs, contributing to communities, all while studying so hard. And I remember my own time at university, it was at some times very demanding. It wasn't the easy street and partying I was maybe expecting when I was younger. But as I look back, I remember that all the hard work was worth it precisely because it was so challenging. I learned valuable lifelong lessons about myself that continue to shape me today. And I hope your experience at AU inspires you to keep learning and growing over your life too. Today's graduation is also a celebration of the diversity of our students and the different contributions they will make. In a world that can seem very divided, it's our differences that enable to see and address challenges differently, to learn from each other, and to see that the differences between us make for our strengths together. Now, finally, as AU continues to change ever more diverse learners' lives under our new strategic plan, which is titled Like No Other, we will grow our commitments to access, opportunity, and community. And during the process of this convocation ceremony yesterday and today, I'm delighted to announce that AU will be offering a free course to every student graduating from the Aspen View School Division this year. And that's the local school division. Now, this gift is a symbol of our commitment to our home community and the next generation of learners, and we look forward to giving those recent grade 12 graduates the experience of university that I know our graduates today have enjoyed so very much. The local students are, as you are, our future. Graduates, I look forward to seeing you at our alumni events and seeing where you go and the differences you will make. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To begin with, I maybe just wanted to do a little bit of check-in. I don't know, is there anyone here today who is happy? If so, let me hear a big cheer. Well, if we have also guests here today, honorable and dishonorable, if you are proud of your graduate today, let me hear an even bigger cheer. And graduates, to the right and to the left, if you are proud of each other today, and hell yeah, proud of yourself, let us all hear the biggest cheer of all. Well, today, this beautiful, beautiful day is truly a special day. The day in the Convocation series that we bring the Convocation back to Athabasca for the first time in 6 years in this beautiful community, the home of AU, where the sun is always shining. Graduates, today is about you. And as you walk across this stage, you will each join a unique galaxy of stars. a stellar body that's been shining for over 1,000 years, the world's university graduates. Now, at over 500,000 educated in AU alone, our grads are true stars like no other. We are proudly the university where 70% of our graduates are women. "70% are also first in family, the first in their family to go to university, where you can study at a world-class university while living in downtown Adelaide or down on the farm in Alberta or Athabasca. Where we value most, and our professors, our team members, all of us value not where you've come from, but only where you want to dream to go. And graduates today, you have reached what was once your dream, graduation. A celebration, if you like, not just of the end of your journey, important though that is, but of the journey itself. And celebrating the journey is something very close to my heart. I was a struggling C-grade student in my second year at university, and my marks were trending down. And after yet another bad grade, I realized, at least on this occasion, the issue wasn't my effort or my attitude. It was that I'd never learned how to learn. And the very day of that realization, I went to the library and began what has turned into a lifelong practice of mind mapping. 2 years later, after I started that, I graduated with the highest mark of my course ever. It was part of my journey, if you like, that changed my learning, and as an avid mind mapper still today, it actually changed my life. So graduates today, as we celebrate all of your journeys, we also celebrate them in all of the ways. And I urge you as we do this to look back, to look around, and also to look forward. To look back and to remember, first of all, the hard work, the sacrifices, and the tough learning that's led you to today's success. Your perseverance, your creativity, your late nights and your early mornings. Over the years, you did it. There was never any doubt. Okay, there was lots of doubts. No, there was never any doubt. But no. Today, your success is truly special precisely not because it came readily or easily, but because it could be so complex and so tough. So let's move from looking back to look around, to pause and be present, and to stand in gratitude in these moments and in this day of special celebration, of learning, of growth, of people, and of togetherness. To appreciate in our minds and in our hearts all those who have helped you on your journey. Some are here today in person. Still, they show up for you. And look around too and pause to remember those who aren't here. Whether close by, in distant places, or now, perhaps only in distant memories. So many people help us on our way on our life journeys in so many ways. So graduates, now I would ask you, please show your appreciation to the special people here and beyond who supported you to graduation. So then, and now then, to look forward. Because graduates, this is not the end for you, but just the beginning. And so finally remember, as you walk across this stage in a moment, graduates, you will never be the same again. Never. As university graduates, you now build on 1,000 years of the world's past to step stark face to face into the trickiest challenges of the world's future. And it's a world that's never more in need of your contributions. as innovators, as trailblazers, as community builders, as advocates and artists, as mind mappers and glass ceiling shatterers. In your amazing next step as an AU graduate, what will your next contribution be? What will your highest contribution be? To each of you, congratulations on your journey. Walk tall, shine bright. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. I would now like to invite Mr. Rob Belay, Mayor of the town of Athabasca, to bring welcoming remarks on behalf of the region.
Welcome from the town. Welcome to all our grads, our families, and friends. I'm Rob Belay, Mayor of the town of Athabasca. Thank you to everyone who traveled here to join the celebration, and to our local community members, some of whom are graduating with us here today. So just out of curiosity, who is here for the first time? Awesome. A special welcome to each of you. When I look around this wonderful event, I see celebration of our amazing graduates, their families, their friends, and the community itself. Many of our community members have studied and worked at AU. We are proud partners and supporters of the university and each of you. Congratulations on your incredible achievements and all the hard work and determination that got you here. We are so pleased and excited to be able to celebrate with you today. So once again, welcome, and please enjoy your special day.
Thank you, Mr. Belay, for making us all feel so welcome and highlighting this incredible community and the commitment to AU and to our students. For the next two exciting honors, I will welcome Dr. Manajay Manani to introduce the Order of AU, and this will be followed by the Dean of the Faculty of Business, Dr. Lisa Watson, to introduce our Honorary Doctorate.
The Order of Athabasca University is awarded to an individual who has rendered exemplary service to Athabasca University or has rendered exemplary service to the community while representing AU. Today's Order of AU recipient fits both these requirements. I'm thrilled today to announce that Dr. Mike Gismondi, AU Professor Emeritus, will be inducted into the Order of Athabasca University. Dr. Gismondi has more than 3 decades as a professor in the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences and was the founder of our Master of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies MAIS program here at AU. Although Dr. Gismondi retired from his role as a professor of sociology and global studies in 2020, his contributions to higher education continue. A long-time resident of Athabasca, Dr. Gismondi has contributed extensively to the community as an activist, an environmentalist, a town councillor, and a volunteer. We know that Mike will always represent AU proudly as he continues his work to offer free, open, and online courses and lend a hand in the community wherever he can. Congratulations, Dr. Mike Gismondi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Lisa Watson, Dean of the Faculty of Business. In the next portion of our program, we welcome an accomplished and inspiring person to our AU community by awarding them an honorary doctorate. This recognition honors someone who has made incredible contributions in their field of expertise and has enriched our broader society and culture. I'm honored today to present an honorary degree to Dr. Esmail Bharwani. Esmail Bharwani. Esmail Bharwani is a distinguished Athabasca University alumnus and philanthropist. His contributions to post-secondary education in Alberta will last for generations. Through the Esmail Farzana Fayaz Bharwani Foundation, he and his family have supported endowments to countless students and improved all of their lives through education. His lifelong drive to help others was inspired by his own experience as a young man, which he'll tell you about in a minute. Many years later, he also received a business administration degree from AU, as well as a law degree, an MBA, and a Master's of Science from other institutions. I'm honored to invite Dr. Clark and Chair Nelson to please join me in presenting the honorary degree, celebrating this incredible achievement, and welcoming Dr. Esmail Bharwani to Athabasca University with his Doctorate of Laws.
Thank you, Dr. Ford, your complimentary remarks. I appreciate that. Mr. Chair, Mr. President, Elder in Residence, distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, 2024 graduates, family and friends. I'm very grateful to Athabasca University for bestowing upon me the Doctor of Laws. I'm not only thankful, I'm humbled, and I accept this commendation. I did not expect that my time with Athabasca University in 1984 would culminate with such a happy day for me 40 years later. Thank you most graciously again. And congratulations, graduates, on your success in earning your degrees. You worked very hard, like President said, and you deserve it. But I want to ask you another point is, if you can, commit to yourself today and say, I did it, but I'm going to continue with this lifelong adventure of learning. Because lifelong learning does not end today. It will continue on as it has continued for me, and I'm 83. I'll give you some story about my life, and I'll give you a brief story about my life as to why I talk about lifelong learning. In 1957, I left school after grade 8. In 1984, at the age of 43 years, I became an Athabasca University student. I was 50 years old, when I had my first degree from Athabasca University. So if you thought you worked very hard already, this is just the beginning. I sat right here at AU Convocation with tears of joy in my eyes and emotions running high, and I said to myself, something unimaginable had just happened. It was a first degree, and I could not believe I had a degree. Athabasca University gave me the confidence to pursue other distance learning initiatives. I completed 2 master's programs from schools in England and Scotland, and later a degree in law at the University of Calgary. But one thing I want to share with you is that this is not possible. I faced numerous challenges throughout this academic saga, from the age of 15 to age of 64. Without the generous helping hand of others, I would not be addressing you today. And I think that's very important to remember. I especially recall the 2 very important incidents in my life. In 1966, I ran out of money, something many of you can identify with. During an accounting program in England, in England when I went for my first program, in my desperate hour of need, a professor of mine secured employment for me, and his unflinching support allowed me to complete my accounting designation. At the age of 60 years old, despite my age, the director of admissions at the University of Calgary's law school encouraged me to apply, and he told me, "You will be the oldest student in the class, but you can do it." But he was right. The law degree bestowed upon me at the age of 64 opened many doors, promising doors for me until today, and it still keeps opening more and more. Graduates, I'm sure you all have your own stories to share of how you were supported, how you and your loved ones made sacrifices to enable you to achieve your goals. But let us never forget, like President said, be thankful to these people or institutions for their provision. We all know that education can improve our life and those of our loved ones. And it is instrumental in bringing about peace, harmony, and happiness. And my personal experience is, throughout my life, with the help I've received, it has impressed on me that the support is very important if you want to pursue education. And this has been the focus of my life for the last 4 decades. I hear one ubiquitous concern from students around the world. There is no funding for education. My wife, Stefana, and I, as well as our family, have a long-term vision to help students now and in the future to pursue learning. We have set up many endowments at several colleges and universities, including Athabasca University, to provide financial awards and perpetuity. I will always be grateful for the opportunity AU provided me and continues to provide to countless others for equal education, equal access to higher education. Graduates, I have another request for you. I encourage you to think about what impact you want to make in your community now and in the future. Philanthropy does not always require money, and that's the impression people have. When you talk about philanthropy, they say, "Oh yeah, I don't have the money, I can't help, I can barely manage my expenses." Well, let me tell you something. Philanthropy has a much bigger meaning than just money. It does not require money all the time. You can help others by sharing your knowledge, volunteering, mentoring, tutoring, and providing support in whatever way you can. And when you taste the sweet fruit of your success later in life, hopefully you too will spread the cheer by remembering and aiding the less fortunate. So why wait? You can start tomorrow. Today, again, is your day of celebration. Enjoy the day, and then begin thinking about what you can do for the unfortunate in the world. Finally, in the closing, I would like to thank my family, including my children who have traveled here to participate in this happy occasion, for all their support over the years. My wife, Stefana, my beloved wife, better off after 2 years, could not join me due to ill health. My compassion and generosity for others I owe largely to the unwavering love of hers and the core value inherited from my parents and my Ismaili Muslim faith. Finally, I want to thank everyone from my bottom of my heart for having made a contribution during my lifelong journey. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Dr. Bharwani, and thank you for your inspiring words and your inspiring example. I'm sure our graduates will take these words to heart and with them as they progress in their life's journeys. At this time, I'll ask the President and Board Chair to join me in the conferring of degrees. Will the candidates please rise? Mr. Chair, Mr. President, and members of the board, I present to you the petition that these graduates, having fulfilled all the requirements of the statutes of Athabasca University, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
On behalf of the Board of Governors of Athabasca University, I declare this petition granted.
I would now ask the students to stand and stay standing as the graduate promise is read, and then to respond, "I do so promise," at the conclusion. As a graduate of Athabasca University, do you promise to maintain the high standards set by those alumni who came before you and to uphold the university's values of integrity, community, adaptability, respect, and excellence? Do you promise to continue to seek knowledge and express your ideas and to acknowledge your limitations and mistakes so that you may learn from them? Do you promise to encourage and champion the pursuits of your fellow community members? Do you promise to act in a manner that is inclusive of all individuals and to respect the rights, differences, and dignity of others without judgment or discrimination? Above all, will you aspire to use the knowledge, skills, and wisdom you've inspired for the betterment of all? Do you promise all this to yourself, your family, your community, and your university?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the General Faculty's Council of this university, I admit you and those in absentia to the degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled, and confer upon you all the powers, rights, and privileges and responsibilities pertaining to that credential.
You may be seated. It is an honor to join my fellow deans for the ceremony today. We know how you are feeling in this moment. I can remember my own convocation ceremony vividly. Dean Fraser and I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments. It looks like our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences graduates are ready to take the stage.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Doctor of Education in Distance Education.
Oluyemi Ardegbite.
Rima Al-Tawil.
Emily Caruso Parnell.
Rebecca Fitzgerald.
Rebecca Elizabeth Heiser.
Catherine R. Johnson.
Rosemarie Clam.
Corinne Lebordet.
Shadia Mansour.
Jessica O'Reilly.
Kristen Petrovic.
Ranveer Sahota.
Jean Simpson Smith.
Tammy Soanes White. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Doctor of Education in Distance Education.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Master of Education in Open, Digital, and Distance Education.
Marcia Carbon.
Aishwarya Chandrabala.
Carolyn Dahl.
Adana Abila.
Elise Hepner.
Bernard Kicheki.
Karen Klabe.
Tara McGregor.
Amy Mai.
Jennifer Patrick.
Tatiana Rubalcava Vargas.
Hiba Rustam.
Nur Sabah.
Robin Shinkarak.
Bradley Thomas Skeet.
Carly Whitnell.
Leanne Worsford.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Master of Education in Open, Digital, and Distance Education.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the Master of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies.
Justine Bansky.
Shannon Boyce Campbell.
Humera Falak.
Brittany Fisher.
Kimberly Folger.
Maria Frank.
Bettina Hertz-Klepto.
Roslyn Hyman.
Surafiel Kabrib Amrahi.
Marilyn Kingdon.
Alyssa Kulchiski.
Sam Matichuk.
Priscilla McGreer.
Jen McKinney.
Fevin Berhanu Murgia Kirsa.
Alana Rogers.
Aaron Story.
Erica Alice Blanche Walker.
Brenna Ward.
Allison Compton. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Master of Arts Interdisciplinary Studies.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present this graduate for admission to the credential of the Graduate Diploma in Instructional Design.
Laura Coco.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Graduate Diploma in Instructional Design.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Bachelor of Arts.
Mahmoud Ahmadzai.
Bettina Estacio A. Miller.
Morgan Anderson.
Juliette Bagonza.
Lauren Bray, with distinction.
Milton Brisson.
Rose Castro.
Yolanda Charles.
Rafaela Diallo.
Rebecca Elliott.
Haley Fraser.
Carmen Gervais.
Lizette Guajardo Arrea.
Salima Bibi Hakik, with great distinction.
Susan Jobberty.
Keith Jones.
Joy Kashamana.
Andrew Kelly.
Kate Creakle, with distinction.
Patricia Mitchell.
Jenny Now, with distinction.
Christina Patterson.
Wendy Powell.
Hassan Kamar.
Brittany Schwartz.
Haley Sherrick.
Rebecca Snyder.
Michelle Thompson with distinction.
Farhat Tonger.
Cheryl Trask with distinction.
Julia Warren.
Regan Zacharias. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Arts.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for the admission to the credential of the Bachelor of General Studies.
Margaret Bishop Meikle.
Olga de Cruz Brito.
Carla Gimber.
Maria Girard.
Veldrin Bradley Guevara.
Muskanjot Kaur with distinction.
Tamina Mia.
Otitodili Chiku Opaku.
Sarah Osadolor with distinction.
Yep. Do it. Kelsey Pruden, formerly Kelsey Hobbs Peddle.
Francine Roselle.
Carla Russell.
Tamra Steinhauer.
Kelty Thompson, with distinction.
Shirley Watson.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of General Studies.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Bachelor of Human Resources and Labor Relations.
Robin Bartlett.
Stephanie Capone.
Loren Ferreira, with distinction.
Megan Marlatt.
Kristen Menarche.
Imelda Incube.
Dawn Pouliot.
Sherry Stokes.
Deborah Thomas.
Eve Uamoro. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Human Resources and Labor Relations.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Bachelor of Professional Arts.
Jennifer Amos.
Sidra Ashraf.
Michelle Doyle, with great distinction.
Irene Asizobar.
Juanita Felicia Ford McDermott, with distinction.
Shiloh Fragomini.
Maria Antonia Fries, with distinction.
Tennille Harris, with distinction.
Cassandra Hundal.
Teresa Kosh, with great distinction.
Colleen Lum.
A Real Joy Marie Kalwang Malilin, with distinction.
Kimberly Melbourne, with distinction.
Michelle Maguni, with great distinction.
Taylor Muick.
Funmileo Olofe.
Dinesh Robitaille.
Stephanie C., with distinction.
Angela Candice Walker.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Professional Arts.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Inclusive Education.
Janaea Burnett.
Tiffany Seymour. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the credential of the Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Inclusive Education.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the University Diploma in Arts.
Kira Borman.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the University Diploma in Arts.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present this graduate for admission to the credential of the University Certificate in Human Resources and Labor Relations.
Lori Green.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the University Certificate in Human Resources and Labor Relations.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present this graduate for admission to the credential of the University Certificate in Public Administration.
Asha Maharaj.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the University Certificate in Public Administration.
Hi, everyone. I don't know about you, my cheeks are already sore, and I haven't even started yet. My name hasn't changed. I'm Dr. Lisa Watson. I'm still Dean of the Faculty of Business. It's now my honor to join my fellow deans as we are ready for Faculty of Business Administration graduates. Dean Fraser and I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments and wish to greet each of you and offer you our congratulations center stage. Let's get going.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Doctor of Business Administration.
Ian James Chitwood.
Megan Lois Hodge Franks.
Brenda Kennedy.
Brian Pett.
Hamid Shirazi Aga.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Doctor of Business Administration.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Master of Business Administration.
Mordecai Barbar.
Jason Bellingham.
Romaine O'Dane Burgess.
Mark Charbonneau.
Ainsley Clement. Daniel Clement.
It's all good. Amanda Creasy.
Jeff Kronk.
Romeo Daly.
Oksana Delgado.
Joyce Edmondson Moyer.
Karine Fetu.
Mark Fitch.
Hugh Foster.
Riccardo Francese.
Aaron Gaudette.
Jason Hendrick.
Sarah Hurst.
Raza Hussein.
Roxanne Kitts.
Sarah Letwin.
Amir Reza Mirshahi.
Carly Meisen.
John Semiskavich.
Gurtay Singh.
Shannon Lee Soup.
Shalini Talwar.
Andrew Turner.
Ken Way.
Brandon Walker.
Matthew Webster.
Jeff White.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Master of Business Administration.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Graduate Diploma in Leadership and Management.
Janice Day.
Jenny Amen.
Loris Ellefson.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Graduate Diploma in Leadership and Management.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Graduate Diploma in Management.
Melissa Emerton.
Salma Jaffer.
Shinu Bobby Johnrin.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Graduate Diploma in Management.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of the Bachelor of Commerce.
Abidemi Adeteyor.
Azur Alexis.
Sumer Al-Najjar.
Heather Benjamin.
Adrian Bowden with great distinction.
Milan Chang.
Michael Greenslade with distinction.
Carrie Lynn Heron.
Aaron Holmes Binns.
Alyssa Lupton.
Emma Mackenzie Rutledge.
Angela Med.
Aaron Malloy.
Marie Anna Mensa.
Thalise Theron Nadasa Pillai.
Chester Ndilavu.
Luyen Nguyen.
Savannah Hugo. With distinction.
Heather White with distinction.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Commerce.
Mr. Chair and Mr. President, I have the honor to present these graduates for admission to the credential of Bachelor of Management.
Donna Baker, with distinction.
Lindsay Diddick with great distinction.
Amanda Divyak.
Tara Dupas.
Jaleisha Elder.
Kevin Allen James Gray.
Asia Hansen.
Shubham Karanwal.
Evelyn Luzansky with great distinction.
Annika Maria.
Jeremy Martinick.
Roxanne McKenna.
Natalia Morin with distinction.
Andrea Polachuk.
Barbara Reich.
Wesley Taylor.
Hung Trong.
Monique Wyman. Mr. Chair and Mr. President, this concludes the presentation of the Bachelor of Management.
My heartfelt congratulations to all our graduates in the Faculty of Business and the Faculty of Humanities. Let's give them another round. The Governor General's Medals, established in 1873, are one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. Only students with an outstanding academic record are considered. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Mary Simon, Governor General of Canada, I am pleased to present the Gold Academic Medal to this year's recipient, Rebecca Heiser. Throughout her academic journey, Rebecca has demonstrated a passion for scholarly inquiry and a commitment to bridging theory with practice. Her leadership roles and collaborative partnerships aim to inform state, federal, and international policy and to contribute to the evolution of distance education. Rebecca Heiser, who graduated today with her Doctor of Education in Distance Education, is from Charlotte, North Carolina. In her 4 years of studying and research with AU, she excelled academically as one of the university's top graduate students. Rebecca is dedicated to advancing distance education through research and designing accessible, relevant, and meaningful learning experiences. She recognized that cultures and value systems travel through communication technologies to enhance learning for all. She chose AU because of its reputation as an international leader in open and distance education.
Mr. Chair, Mr. President, Elder-in-Residence, and distinguished guests, members of the Platform Party, graduates, family, and friends. Today, as we gather together, we are honoring our achievements and creating lasting memories. These memories are our vivid snapshots of our past experiences and knowledge, shaped our understanding of the world, and stirred our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Memories are what drove us to pursue our degrees at Athabasca University. Perhaps you can recall the moment when that quiet voice in your mind suggested that applying to AU may be a good idea. My first memory of Athabasca University was when I was developing graduate courses for an online program in lifelong learning and adult education. In my work, we often reference scholars from AU and utilize materials such as the International Review of Research in Open and Distributed Learning and the AU Press as our primary learning resources. So when I considered pursuing a doctorate in distance education, I sought guidance from leaders in the field, including my work colleagues, who suggested, have you looked at Athabasca University? Together, we explored the website, we reviewed the program offerings, and examined faculty research interests. It was immediately clear that Athabasca University was the best choice for me. Why go elsewhere when AU scholars were setting the standards in the field? My memories of designing courses acted as reference points to guide me to AU, a global leader in open, online, and distance education. But memories also enable us to learn from our failures, and they offer us the tools to exceed our expectations. Perhaps you also had a time when you didn't initially achieve your desired outcome. During my first semester, I struggled with my first writing assignment. I was rusty in my academic writing. It had been years since I was a student, and my muscle memory was lacking as I struggled to write my first paper. But with compassion and constructive feedback from my instructor, I was allowed to revise and resubmit, a learning process that dramatically shifted my approach. With continued practice, engaging in research projects beyond the curriculum, and the dutiful attention of my committee members, my writing significantly improved and allowed me to contribute to the field of study through publication. So not only do memories teach us lessons, but they also play a crucial role in shaping our identities and providing a sense of coherence to our lives. This is often through other people. So when I learned that Dr. Pamela Walsh would be my supervisor, I was thrilled. She was one of the faculty members for whom I had hoped to work with when I considered applying. I didn't even have my Athabasca email account when I emailed her to introduce myself, expressing my enthusiasm for working together and asking when she would like to get started. Years later, it was her turn to introduce me in my final defense. She recounted that initial email with a loving and humorous tone that only a mentor could, suggesting my overeagerness to get started. Now, whenever I think back on our journey together or hear the string of words, "Let's get started," I hear Pamela's voice. It warms my heart and reminds me of who I am because of her. So to all of us, let's get started. As we embark on our new journeys, I hope you carry forth your AU memories to create new memories, each contributing to the richness of your life. Savor these memories that we created at AU and wield them as a source of strength, wisdom, reflection, and inspiration. You've earned them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Indeed, graduates, let's get started. I just want to do a little check-in. Graduates, guests, are we feeling happy? Let's hear a big cheer. Things will never be the same again. You have crossed that stage. Let's get started, graduates. Congratulations to each of you. You are now graduates of Athabasca University. What a stellar accomplishment that is. Thanks, I'm sure, in your heart and in your head go to everyone who's supported you to get here. Family, friends, colleagues, fellow students, all those who've helped on your journey. Graduates and guests, please let's recognize everyone's achievements. Graduates, you now join a community of more than 600,000 alumni and learners who've completed their studies with AU. Our alumni community is a community like no other, boldly innovating, courageously contributing to make the world better and to make it more equal. It's a community also that's there to help you on your next journey, to continue your lifelong learning journey. Embrace new opportunities and the new tough learning that will find you. This is the time to get started. Welcome to the AU community of alumni. Please stay connected with us and all your fellow alumni. And so finally, and to help you make your highest contribution as alumni, I'm now going to invite Dr. Elda Maria Campbell to share the story of the ribbons, a traditional gift awarded to each and every AU graduate.
A gift of ribbons is being presented to you as a student graduating from the Athabasca University. Historically, different colored sticks were given in place of ribbons and cloth, which we use today. The different, sorry, I'm really nervous. Eventually, this cloth these sticks were replaced with cloth and ribbon, and those are the things that we use today. The gift of ribbons is given to you, the graduate, as we honor and pay respect to the hard work that you've put into your education. These 4 colors, white, yellow, red, and blue, or sometimes black, present the 4 seasons, the 4 parts of our being: the spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. They also represent the 4 hills of life: infancy, childhood, adulthood, and old age, and the 4 directions. As part of my teachings, I use the following colors to represent these elements. White is for the north, the season of winter, old age, and the white bear. It's a time of achievement, of knowledge, and understanding. Rose is for the east, the season of spring, babies and children, and new beginnings, and the place of the red bear. It is the time for new life and where we envision and plan for our future. Yellow is for the South and the season of summer, adolescence, and young adulthood, the place of the yellow bear and a time of growth and hard work. South is also the doorway to the mouse, and I wanted to just tell you that. A mouse is so tiny and it's working so hard all the time, it never lifts its head up. And so it's a reminder to all of us that we have to lift our heads and not work so hard. So for all of you, I want you to think about the mouse and how hard you've been working. Blue is for the West and the season of autumn, mature adulthood, and the black bear. It's a time for reflection, dreaming, prayers, and harvest. Bears are also the protectors of family and community, and they're also the medicine keepers. As we travel through each direction, we honor and respect all of Wakuhtawin, the Cree law governing relationships to all things in our world, to the living, the animate, inanimate, spiritual, and physical beings. With these ribbons, we honor the path to knowledge and the hard work done by you, the students, and we wish for you a balanced life in all of your being, on your path toward Miokmatsu and the good life. We give you our best wishes on your journey, and that your way be smooth, and that grandfather wind will always be on your back. Thank you, and I wish you a really good journey.
Thank you, Elder Campbell, for sharing the meaning behind the gifts with us today. While I've heard the story of the ribbons many times, I'm always moved, especially to see how much this gift means to our graduates. Okay, so we're almost ready to conclude the ceremony. I will take the opportunity, though, to remind you that following the ceremony, you're invited to join us for lunch and the celebration of the AU campus across the multiplex on this perfect day. So please stand up. And for graduates, we have one very important step left in your academic journey. I'm going to count down from 3, and you can throw your caps up at that point, but not a moment sooner. So here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Now the audience is requested you can stay standing and remain at your seats until the platform party, members of the board, members of the faculty, and all the graduates have completed their exit.